I am up. Now to the door. Okay, so is this better? Okay. Alright, so there is Wi-Fi available. If you don't have the email on your phone to access the WhatsApps or the websites, there is Wi-Fi at the moment available. Speak to the tech guys. There's 3 of them on this corner, and they'll assist you with any of those things. Right, we're going to get started, and welcome everybody. Thank you for coming today and taking this time out. We're going to do it as quick as we can. Obviously, there is a whole bunch of changes that's going to be made to the Constitution. Who has not read the Constitution? Has everybody opened up the Constitution and read at least some of it? Okay, most of you have actually read some of it. So what I'm going to ask is that we are not going to go through the complete Constitution. We'll brush through it on the headings, and we'll address the changes that has to be addressed and needed today. And then we're going to vote upon it so that we can have, it's not a constitution, it's called a NOI, because this is a not-for-profit company. This is not a not-for-profit organization. This is a legal entity that the directors have started so that we can get this process done. We can't go to a Canadian organization and ask for an enclosure. We have to go with the not-for-profit company because that's the way they're going to contract with us to enclose the area that we work. Alright, so welcome everybody. You are welcome to take some photos. I wanted to just mention this that today's meeting is being recorded. For our same team afterwards and for us to go afterwards onto the meeting. So if you are asking anything or saying anything, please just state your name, your address, and then we can just put it on that so that we know who's address and what. Alright, so on the screen right now, this is the first document that we need to use to go to the council to do what we busy doing. There's a whole process of things that needs to be done. If you look at that corner, there's the applicant, that's us. As an applicant, we've got to establish a residential association. This is what we've done. We've registered a not-for-profit company and we've started this association. The next step, we've done that on the 18th of December. The next step is we need to identify the needs and the objectives is, do we have a valid point of agreements? Now, how do we do this? Look at this amazing picture. 99.3% of people in our community have said yes, we want to enclose area. Out of 277 applications we've received online. So, just looking at that stats, it's a no-brainer that we have to get this out. Every single individual in this group at this time says yes. But do that, say no. Both of those two people are not in our community. So, we think we have 100%. If I know for a fact that all of you sitting there right now has said yes, we want to enclose our community. Is there anybody that does not enclose the community? And I ask this because we've got to provide the lady with any objections against this. Alright, no one in this audience. The next very important thing is the streets. I don't want to be biased, but 12.3%, which street do you think do you as an audience think has applied the most for this community to be closed? Alright, it is contribution. Obviously, it's very important for us to make sure we can do this. It doesn't help we go through this whole process and then we don't have funds to do it. I'm not saying you're going to have that question, we'll answer that question in due time, how that's going to be done. So, 54.2% of people, it's 150 people say, yes, I'm contributing right now. Some of you, thank you very much, there's a whole list of you that with 28 or so people that's already started contributing. There's a whole bunch of people from the previous program that hired the community fund. You guys know who you are. There was a large amount of funds that we transferred from that into this organization to get it started because it's the right thing to do. Or every single person that contributed on the community fund in 2021 up to last year, they said yes, please transfer our money into this. And thank you that, and that is why we know that we can do it. The 41% that said maybe, most of them that I've asked, why are we saying maybe? Because we want to know what you're going to do with our funds. We want to know that you guys are trustworthy. We want to know that we have a say within our community. So we have, let's say 95% of people that will contribute to this cause that wants this to be done. So the objection has been met just because of the stats that we have right now. And then the last one is we've got elected representatives of the committee to do this project and to sit down with the council and get this done. And that is what we're going to do here today. Before we get started into this, I'm going to hand over to the founding directors now. Please do understand that every single one of us is doing every single thing that we do in Google. We're not doing it here to try and enrich ourselves. We're not doing it. Every single one of us sitting on this panel have children that's running around in this community that's got locked up in our properties because they can't go run outside of the dam. If you go to the dam, we have to take our time to go and protect them. And that shouldn't be that way. So all of us sitting on this panel is people that have older children that's grown up with the past, and some of us that have really young kids that are running outside at the moment, and we want them to have freedom. We read around the park. I remember the reason why I'm playing a goose because when we were young, they didn't get the goose with that. It was like this white slots, you know. And if you messed around them, they would chase you. It is all these things that come for our kids. And that is why it's so important for us to get started. Alright. There's that agenda, and I'm just going to continue. This is on the website, Witfield-coach.co.za. Go check out the website, make sure you spend some time on the website. There's a lot of things that we're going to do, and we've just proven what we've done in less than a month. Most organizations take 6 months to 8 months to get done. What we have done in this space of a month, 2 days times a month, we've done massive work, and that's thanks to the website. And thanks to the people, because luckily they came in and said, let's streamline this, let's get this process done quicker, and that's why we've done it. So I'm going to ask the first person, Woody, just to share with us his experience in the last less than a month, and where we go after this.
Thank you, John. How's everyone doing today? Doesn't sound like you're around here. How's everyone doing today? That's good. Yeah, like John said, all of us are quite busy this couple of months. And this is short introduction to myself. Some of you don't know me. I am from SMB service. I've been there for 24 years. I'm a married man, not 2 children, like John said. But I'm living in the community for 43 years. So, from my side, all of you that had the first meeting online, you heard that I gave some of the crime stats through what happened and to restricted streets. But not only today, we talked about crime stats to restricted places. What I want to do is, from now heading forward, advice on our life. So what I want to do moving forward from now is I want to monitor the crimes in the different houses and streets that we are going to use. So I will be in a position to see on a monthly basis what happened at the different streets that we are going to use. As well as I will be able to compare month-to-month stats for years, monthly, quarterly, 6 monthly, and yearly to see whether our crime has decreased or increased when we close the area. That is one of the parts that I want to do. Secondly, I'm urging you that for any case that happened at the restricted places from now going forward, please report it. Because we need that case now to obtain this enforcement as well as the statistics on our side. If you don't report, or you feel it's not necessary to report it, let us know on the group as well that we had that sense with us. Because it will encourage us to work hard and get these people out of our area. Remember also, any place that's open will have a positive impact when we arrest a suspect. And that will also have linking in with fingerprints or even with modus operandi towards the case. At the end of this 2-year cycle, we have to reapply again for the enclosed area. We will have the stats already available for us to encourage the next 2 years of enclosed. We as Stammers also decided we want to do or create a database with all the different suspicious people and suspicious vehicles who come in the area. So at the end of the day, we will have exact knowledge of the person's registration number, his facial recognition, even his ID number or residential address, and we can ask him what are you doing in this area. If he's not supposed to be, we will pick it up on the database that we are going to create. If you have to go through the residential information form here, please do that, because we will need that for our database. And don't worry, your information won't leak out. All of us signed the non-disclosure form, which means we are not allowed to give out any information, any reason in this community. Like John said, we as a community, we need to stand together and make the
right, the next directive to work is Giselle.
Hi everybody, it's Giselle. I've lived in Merton Park since about 2009. I've brought up 3 children, excluding my husband, in this area. That is for hire. My husband and I are very committed to this community. We have seen what's happened in the park. Our first home was moved to Square, and we decided to invest in our homes for our kids in Sharon Road. And we have seen the crime, the riffraff, the unwanted avenues in the park on a daily basis. I don't need many more on a daily basis. That's why we are very passionate to make a safer community for our future children and our children's children and us. I love to go skating and ice and being with my kids without them getting mindset outside the road and say, okay, car, and then there's the car, and it's just 10 years to get speed marks in our street, and the car's still dark in Sharon Road. But about me, I've been a registered estate agent since 2004. But I did annual today, as you can see back when I was rushing out the roads, that's my passion. I have rooted in being a registered estate agent. The Property Act is very much in my control, and I will not today, and I make this policy or information will not be sold to a third party at all. No amount of robbery corruptions that are in here, but for things in terms of peace, the safety of our kids, we encourage you to sign the enclosure, order it, thank you so much for the attendance, and shout to the attendance.
Next person is Lana.
Hi everyone, I'm Michael Kirkland. I've been in the community for 10 years. I didn't grow up here, I didn't go to, but I do have a deep passion for my area and for the people around me. I'm a bit of a nosy parker, so I know you normally do stage way, and I know everyone's business in my area. Anyway, there's a few things I want to say, and I'm going to be quick with what I want to say. The first thing is these guys, read the Constitution. Okay, so you'll change to an MOI, a Memorandum of Incorporation. Please read it and understand what is our objectives, what are we aiming, and what are the directives. You guys have to know us. So read it, because you will understand. We are bound by it, and even more by being bound by law. So we can't just go and do whatever we want to. We can't use funds for buying a car, whatever it's much. We are bound, legally bound by certain rules and regulations. All of that is in the Constitution, which will be our memorandum of incorporation. Please understand our aim and our rules. My second thing I want to mention is, just remember one thing. The aim of the objectives that we would like to reach is your benefit and it's our benefit. The gain, the positive reaction we can have out of this, if we are successful, and I know we will be, it's for all of us to share. Some of us are just doing a lot more, and you know, so therefore I want to say, please be patient with us. We're asking for 50 documents, calm down, and just give us what we need. We want to be successful, we want to have this done, and we don't want to have any hiccups or lose faith coming back and saying, oh, we're not successful because we didn't do this and we didn't do that. Okay. The next thing I wanted to say is please stay informed. Let your neighbours know. Get up to that WhatsApp group because all the meetings, all the communication, all of that will be shared on the WhatsApp group. That WhatsApp group is not for chit-chats. Just stay informed. Like I said before, the game is all of our game. It's our game, it's my game, it's Oak's game, it's your game, it's everyone's game. Stay informed. This is our project, not just ours, it's all of our project. Okay. Next thing is transparency. If any one of you are not sure about something, if you want to know something, you can go to the WhatsApp group and you can see who the admins are. They're most probably one of us. Send us a text. In private. Ask us anything. We will be transparent. If you want to know something and you're not sure, you want to put your hand up now, you don't want to ask it, it's fine. Just ask the question later on. We want you guys to be informed. And when you go out here, don't tell your neighbors. Don't tell something on the street or something in the community that you know. Tell them what you know for now. If they need to know anything, let them ask us so we can be transparent and share the information. Also, let's say that the meetings will be recorded and we will do minutes. We'll distribute the minutes. You know, any contribution statement, we will distribute the minutes. And all members will have access to that information. But even from now, if you're not a member, ask us and we will give you that information. Okay? Thank you.
One of the exciting is the organizers of the very statement that I'm a very good person. So I'm an accountant. I'm a chartered management accountant. I have been in the financial industry for the last 25 years, 20 years. I've also grown up in Witfield. My parents have stayed for 45 years. So I know the community as well. I know what it looked like before, today. It's gone backwards since I've been working with my childhood. So I think the message I'm trying to give you today is that we're all trying to upgrade our community and we come together. See the 5 people that sit here today have done a lot of work to get us where we are today, but we can't do that before the night. So I'd like everybody to try and contribute financially, it's services, try and do the forms to use to your knowledge, and we will go for as quick as possible. The turnaround time usually about 18 months. We're going to try and do so we're going to need to help. So just on the finances, I'll talk a little bit more about that at the end. But I want you to take the message home today that your funds will be properly applied to what's important. We're not going to leave this pocket, we're not being misused. That's some of the points that the LA are that does talk about that, so if you need that, you will know what that is. But take my word for it, your funds are not being misused. So I just want you to take that message home today. You can say the information, the funds, we'll try to apply it.
Thank you very much, Cindy. Okay, I've got 4 or 5 things I can do on that. The first thing is I want to say well done. We just need 500 members on the WhatsApp group. I think by far some of you can come from This is the biggest WhatsApp group currently in Witfield. So well done to them. And it's because everybody in the last and it's just because all of you have shared this with your neighbors. We got to keep on doing this. We've done it count, I think we've got 711 titles that we try or we do in this enclosure that we're focusing on. So we always there, you know, but we still have to go out and share more. The second thing is the website. I want to thank the team at the back, Martin, Dion, Peter Ross, I'll speak about those one now. But it was a team collaboration, and this website has really speed things up massively. We could get data that usually would have done by pain, and there are a lot of people that can work. For 3 years now, I read a whole bunch of people that started to run out, and I said, don't you want to come and help us running a closer community? It's been going on with this way for 2 years, and I know it would be a really great way to do this if we have to go one by one. The website has really made it so much easier. On the reform on the website, please keep on filling in things we haven't filled in. I know there's some of you here that haven't filled in. If you are afraid of them, if you over the BC generation, I know some people call themselves before computers, come speak to one of us. We'll open it up on our phones and they will return the mic. I say that with respect. So they'll open it up on our phones and we'll we need that data because every single one that falls in the data, we don't have to go with those forms and go to data capturing because we now have the ability to do that. So please do it online. Peter Borsman, I know you aren't here, I think you are speaking with us. I want to just send out gratitude to him. He's actually got into it while we were doing the measuring up on the roads and he's recovering. Some of us who were doing the road, he's ankle. We're very well with him, he is recovering very well. They'll probably join us very, very soon. And then the last thing I want to touch before I go over is contributions. At the moment, there's not an amount that we suggest to contribute. From our arms going out, we ask you to do what you can do and do it consistently. We are in the process. I know there's been a whole bunch of people contributing every single cent as we place it in an investment account in the NPO, making sure all of that funds is safe. It's in the same account, so no one can access that money without proper signatures being done and asking for that money back so that we know that every single percent that comes in here is safe and it's my money as well. I also contribute, all of us on this panel has contributed our personal money to this cause. We all spend not just time but physical finances into this account. So your money is worth our money and we are going to repeat that the ways that we can. But do what you can do. If you can really contribute right now, just contribute. If you can do 5 rand or 50 or 75 or most people are doing 100, 200, 300, 500. If that is what you can, thank you. But do whatever you can and do it consistently. Because it's more important for us to show a bank statement ultimately to council and say, we have people that's willing to do this on a consistent basis. Most people in our community is willing to contribute 75 rand a month every single month since the day we got started. And in that way, we make sure this project becomes a success. I'll talk about the other side a little later. The last thing I want to do is I really want to thank the team. This is not a one-man show. This project won't happen. We're not going to team up. I really want to start off with that with Martin else. He started the website. After our weekend, and that same day he said, let's get a website up. And I was like, how good a good time. So it could be go, and the next one I realized, but it's willing to give his time to do this. He did it for free. He created the website with the team. Kevin, thank you very much, Arnold's, for your effort and your work. We understand those are the three main people that contribute the most towards the technology side. The next is Peter Borsman and Lucia that's contributed a lot to the copy acts and making sure that everything is flowing. Here, Nathan as well. Nathan has worked with one of us, Eugene, Teresa, Danke, Theo, you are here somewhere, thank you very much. And then Nicole in Japan, thank you very much for helping from your side with the admin as well. And then the last couple of things I want to give this to the guys in front, the ladies and gentlemen. I can tell you, most of them some of them have taken out 12 hours, 1 o'clock in the morning to get heaps of work in. Those records in the back we've done the last 3 days. There are 711 applications that have to be double checked. Every single one of your addresses has to be checked. Is it an active number? Is it not an active number? Every single property in the area that we demarcated has been double checked and written down because that's the requirements that is needed from the council. So thank you very much for now we can get started and run into the next step of the agenda, and this is the memorandum of incorporation. I think what we're going to do is we're going to probably split it around. I'll take the main chairperson position for this from now on, and then once we've done at that point, we move on. If you guys can be ready with the voting, so what we're going to do with the voting is we're going to do the voting on the WhatsApp. There you can see the poll out on WhatsApp. Those of you that have the visit voting the physical vote as well. The vote will happen by hand, a show of hand, once we've run through the next couple of months. So if any amendments or information pieces that is coming forward on the Constitution, it's our Constitution, it's being called a memorandum of incorporation from here on. We have to make this change in the Constitution because we are a company and we are an organization. So the first one that's going to change is the PPO. Is the proof. We've done this as transparent as possible. We've asked everybody to do a forward to email. If you've reported something that you not agree with, we've asked that person please put on an email and send it to us so that we have track record and proper transparency around it. So the first step is that replacing PPO with NPC. There was incorrect there. The second one is that right. The second one is the Agrarian Metropolitan Municipalities policy. So there are certain things as we went through all this application that we realized that we don't have in place. So the next one we do is a whole bunch of things. We're going to be fluent, taking picture, we're going to get off your phone. But all I can say is that if we don't put this in our MRI, we can't go into this process. Everybody won't be involved in any disputes or resolutions of disputes. We or whoever its officers has to handle that excluding everybody. The only time everybody will move in and make decisions is if the organization has broken the bylaws or laws that is in their policy they set and they rectify it. So that's why everything we do, we have to add in into the MRI. One thing I did mention is that we are going to change the whole MRI and publish it on the website in the next 30 days. So 30 days from today or before, the MRI will be changed and loaded onto the website and will be publicly available for all of you that need to access it. So everybody's okay with this change. Everybody understands why we're doing it. Right, next one. 6.6. So this is something that I've nominated or asked to be amended, and that basically what it means is only one actual person from the same household can serve on the board of directors. The reason why this is important, I've served for a whole bunch of organizations in my careers and so on, and the biggest mistake we make is two people, husband and wife, serves on the same organization, and they both in a chairperson and secretary or chairperson in finance, because those are the people who usually make most of the decisions on the minute. If there's that job that needs to be paid, or if there's major decisions that have to be on the political point, all five is not available. Those three have to do it up and be always approved before it can happen. And here, husband and wife sitting in this organization, I wouldn't want my money to be in this organization. Just because husband and wife wakes up and decide to buy a new car and use our funds to buy the car. So that's why my opinion is one household one person. We need to at least have 3 active directors at all time, given time according to law, but we voted this in, so we don't have 2 out of 3 in one house. Everybody in agreement with that? Alright. The next one is 5.4. It's also something that was said by me. Tenants work sign power of attorney to represent the owner who is contributing to the organization, to the company. This is basically, like myself, I don't own the property that I live in. It gets owned by my in-laws, but I make all the decisions. I have paid for that property 100% in side agreement. So I have a power of attorney, my wife's a power of attorney to make decisions, and have been making that we had probably what we do for the last 6 years. So someone like me, I've got a power of attorney saying that I have the full rights to make the decisions, all the insurances, everything in that property is done through our names. So a person like that can serve on a board like this. So the reason why this is important is that we don't want someone from outside just to say, I'm going to serve this organization. Because anybody can serve as a director on this organization. They don't have an invested interest in our community. Rooster legal registered owner of the property. Fantastic. If he wants to represent the board, we can give him power of attorney. The power of attorneys has been drawn up. It will be published on the website soon with the logo. You can draw the power of attorney off of the website. That's why the website's important. So we can speed things up when it comes to processes like this. You can sign power of attorney to your son and yes.
I want to add something to that. If you sign power of attorney, you can take more working rights. Are you okay with that? Because now remember, if you give the mandate to act on your behalf, you will be losing your mandate and you will act on your behalf. Okay, so then be clear on it.
Definitely. So let me just repeat what Anna has just said. Read through the MOI, you go to membership, you'll see that every single household has one vote. Husband and wife sitting in the same audience, both of them own the property, both of them have one vote. So we only can have 711 members, a maximum of 711 members that serves this organization. Every household, one vote. Every household, one form at the back. So once you give power of attorney to someone, that person has the power of attorney over your decisions in this organization for your household or title. Because if you own a section title property, same sort of, yes.
What's the limit 711?
Because that's the amount of properties that is exactly, that's the amount of titles that's in the demarcated area. So the amount of titles that is registered at literally, there's 500, I can open up the scripture in a couple of seconds, but there's 190, there's a little bit more now because we just got another plan. There's 4 already, so we're standing at the moment, working section titles at 714 properties. Don't take that as a fact, it can still increase because there is obviously complexes that we don't have access to exact numbers with. Witfield News was just gave us the exact number for Witfield News, so that was increased because there's more properties than what we expected it to be. So at the moment that we are sure that there's 521 freestanding properties within this area that we are focusing on closing. Right? So that's one of the is that one. Is everybody okay with this and in agreement? Right. So if you nominate your son or your family member to represent a board, you have to sign your power of attorney to that person to make decisions on your behalf. We've got another one on this board, the same story. Forty and his parents are exactly the same situation as me and my in-laws. So there's 2 of us that have power of attorney in the file already. that we can act upon making a decision for our client. All right. Point number 5 is 18.4. So 18.4 is the online Okay. So according to the Companies Act, there's a specific way of getting MOI approved to a company. And the board of directors, after we are done here today, 3 out of 5 of us have to sign the changes and the MOI to put it in effect that it's in according to the Companies Act. So this is a legal term that has to be changed and put in, and we put it under 18.4. So we put it under 18.4 because, so at the moment, 18 section 3 is an amendment to the Constitution, or amendment to the MOI. The MOI, whenever it is amended, now when is the MOI amended? The only time that anything can be changed, and I'm going to mention that as well now. The only time that an MOI can be changed is an AGM, an annual general meeting, where we get together once a year, and it has to happen according to our MOI and the law. It has to happen within 4 months after the financial year. The financial year of this scheme is the end of February, as in normal country year ends. And within 4 months after that, we'll have to have a meeting like this to address where we're going from there. If you want to make changes to the MOI, that is where you are going to voice it. And for that MOI to take effect, 3 out of 5 directors after this panel has agreed upon it, let me just go to the next one. We need 55% of paid and contributing members to agree that change can be done to any given point on the MOI to make it effective. So none of us can just make a change to our backbone, to our rules, to our MOI, just out of any place. We have to call a meeting like this. We all have to agree that the change is a beneficial change for most of us, 55% of us, and then only the process can be changed. So that's the way that the MOI currently reads, and from there on, the directors have to sign it to comply it immediately.
The 55%, is that the people that make consistently, or does it include everyone?
Right, so that will be independently the contribute. So we will probably fine-tune more of this. And this is still in the gray areas we don't have exact. We can obviously grow as we go. So as we go, we're going to become providing yes to make this project more successful. But if you're a contributing member to the NBC, then 55% of contributing members has to agree to the change. Because it doesn't help we have a whole bunch of non-payers. A lot of these enclosures has 30-40% of people not contributing. And we can't allow that 40% to change our rules for us to actually contribute. So if you don't contribute, if you're not willing to put a skin in the day to get those days up, to get your families and yourself safe, then how can we allow a non-paying member to change our rules for us? That's why it's important that a contributing or a paid member is the one that will have the right to change the NBC's rules going forward.
But just thinking of that, the risk is I'm not contributing right now. But in an annual period, I have a problem. I'll contribute to 100 rand. That allows me to make that change and increase that change.
Yeah, but it's going to be one person. So you're going to be one out of the 55. So we need 55% of people. So if there's 100 people in here, we need 55% of people saying, yes, I agree with the change that you want to bring to the organization before we can go
I
in.
just think that if I decided I wanted to propose something, I could contribute 55. I couldn't say that I have the right to propose.
We
And
have
there's an
to,
option.
we have to have these type of situations, but I'll address that in the next one. I'm going to now. Everybody understands why we have to put this amendment in. Right. So I'm going to go to the next one. The next one is I'll remember that. Just jump there. Alright, so I'll go back to the previous slide now. So point number 6 is 18.5. Basically what it states is that we can leave time for a special meeting with this 14-day notification to amend the MOI with 55% vote of contributing and paying members that is present at the special meeting. Why is this important? Because just before this meeting, when we have our change our MOI, we're not going to get everybody to change them. We have to adjust and fit with them. We've got to be the part that works completely with them. So if we don't have this clause in, we can only be able to change at the AGM. So let's say we apply the 28th of February for our inversion. Now they come back in 5 months from now saying we don't agree. Then we have to wait a whole year before we can change that what they don't agree with before we can apply again, and the process can be 4 years. Instead of, we call a special meeting, 40 days notice to all the contributing members, and we change that, whatever that case might be, and I'll point to exactly why we have this in now, the next step is going to catch it, but we need to change that as soon as possible. Before we are slowed down and have to lose altogether on anything, because we can't change the memorandum of incorporation. Is that agreed? Does anyone understand why we have a special meeting? Right. Now the next one is, let's just put there. So if you look at 9.6 and 9.7, is a duplication. We just got to remove 9.7. Slide down. Everybody in agreement with that. The next one is that the wording of 3.1.2 is not that great. Report issues for malconduction to his or her superior. What does that mean? If you have a challenge with any of the board of directors, don't approach the person that you have a problem with. Approach someone else either above them or below them, but not the person directly. Why is this important? Because we don't want to cause a personal conflict with one another. Rather go to someone that can, with a gentle way, go back to that person and resolve the issue. But if you usually what happens when you're angry at someone, you approach them, it becomes a massive fight. If you can approach one of the board of directors, we can discuss it, we're going to resolve it in a peaceful manner that we can move forward without having issues. Is everybody in agreement with that? If you look through the MOI, there's 2 email addresses. I think it's on the last page. Yes, last page. It is 20.1.4.1. There's 2 emails, whistleblower at Witfield-Closure.co.za, which will be read and acted by the chairperson, secretary, and executive director. So if you have a challenge with the financial director, email the whistleblower and not complaints at Witfield. Because that person won't get email directly, and he has the 3 of us can approach the financial person and say, yes, this is the contact. The second one, if you have a problem with the chairperson, secretary, or executive director, complaints at Witfield-Closure.co.za, it's all on the website. Email them with your complaint, and then the person that will be leading that action that will be the vice chairperson and the director of finances. They will go back and say, chairperson, we've got this complaint, let's resolve it. So don't approach directly, rather than directly, so we can formulate and work through it without having a massive emotional problem and then ending up with unnecessary challenge. The next email on there is suggestions at Witfield-Closure.com. If you have suggestions, please come forward and share it. If you're not sharing it on WhatsApp, share it with us with an email. You'll see most of the email addresses at the top. We'll cover that. Go back to that slide. You'll see the way the email address of the all what I'm going through now is going through that email address and to have transparency to it. Alright. So that everybody's okay, we change and correct the wording so that it reads better. Everybody in agreement? Okay. Alright, so here is why it's important that we have a special meeting. Just before we got here, we have put a generic clause 19.2 into the Constitution or into the MOI that if we fail to do the enclosure, what happens to all of our money? I want to jump back and I'll explain to you what's going to happen. This is a snapshot of one of the flow diagrams that Equity has put forward. Effectively, we failed to get enough money to do the enclosure. Implement and board return contributions. Return contributions. To who's contributed. So every single one of you, if we fail at doing this, the money is going to come back to you according to this. But I want to put money in and I'll explain to you why I'm saying that. The next one is notifying the Metropolitan Municipality that you've done that portion. Now, how does that going to work? Are you going to get 100% of your money back? Well, the chances is zero because Equity is charging us $3,999.72 just to put the application in at Equity. We are paying for that. The traffic engineer that does the traffic study is going to cost us, let's go over 45,000 rand. Could be more, could be less. That's going to be out of our funds. So we need to spend money to get to apply the application at the Equity. So what will we do? We'll probably use a percentage. Now, if we go to the wording of what is now kind of forth, is that in terms of the Constitution, 19.2, that is all okay. The second one is the one we want to have to make now, and that is because if you look at the top, there's the statement, it's too generic and more needs more specification. So what we suggested here is what the suggestion was from Ash. This was sent from an email. I personally agree with this, and ultimately it's your decision, but this I'm letting you know. If I want one of the result organization that remains after so that's all the debts we pay and the developments have to be sorted out, and the companies are ready to be resolved. The portion of contribution will be returned to the donors of the organization, which is now a company, as may be considered appropriate by the board of directors. Now, the appropriate way would be to work out a calculation on the percentage of what everybody has contributed and pay back and divide that amount that's there into percentages and everybody gets their percentage. That's the way that you do it when you have an auction or you go into liquidation or sequestration. That is the way the law does it. So, my suggestion would be we do it exactly the same way. But 19.3, if I want same segments, we close the organization, do the approval of the majority of 50% plus one vote represented at such a meeting, an AGM, or a special meeting, which shall include not less than half of the members of the organization. So we need at least half of the contributing members to be in that meeting to make this decision. Members may vote to the company that other members may vote to so it reads here, members may vote to transfer the donation to the organization and other security related matters measures within the area. So basically what that means is we can get together and donate the money to the company. We can vote about it and say, we'll want to donate all this money to repair the project and we can put our cameras all over it. We are being looking for income. If we want to put on cameras that is simply running in Sharon Street and in Burger Park and most of that field, that's fine. Sharon Street, we know that you guys have problems with it. The fastest before. Nobody can remember. Because since the cameras has been up there, nobody needs to come there because we know that it bursts before they get to the wall. And that is why it works. Now, what we as an organization, as a company, is we can decide that we want to donate all the funds to a security mission like this. That is what we have to put in for everybody to accept our NOI. Is everybody in agreement with this? Alright, now technically you get the voting all on the WhatsApp ready. On your phones, on your WhatsApp group, we're going to run a poll now where you're going to have the ability to say yes, I accept this NOI as an EPO's NOI. And even if you don't have your WhatsApps, this is maybe one person, two, three, 4, 5, 6. Okay. So those of you, you can vote as I asked you for it. And then we'll count and then we'll do the physical counts.
One per household.
One per household, but in this audience, if you vote more than I can't control one per household at the moment. The next AGM meeting is going to be a little more strict, one per household and contributing members. And this one we are coming in, so there's no real members. We are still starting organizations so that we can start the membership base. Is that
Those people that have more than one property, so they have three properties.
Yes. So if the project fails or we don't get approval, we as an organization will vote upon where the funds are going to go, because according to the vote, it's going to go back to us and contributed in a percentage. But we can as an organization stand together and say, no, we want to contribute to a camera project. And that's what we do with the camera project at the moment. They will vote to transfer that money into this company as is. If you didn't contribute a cent, you won't get a cent. If you put in a small amount, your percentage is going to be 0.0002%. You will get 0.0002% of the actual amount that's getting over. So everything, that's why the percentage is the only solution for returning the refunding amount. Okay? All right. Okay, can we ask all the physical votes? It's on the Witfield Park closure. What's up? Not on everything from here on that we communicate will be on our platforms. And we're very grateful for those that contribute that text our messages and distribute it in our community groups. But from our side, we will communicate only through our WhatsApp platforms. We don't want to cause a situation where we over-communicate from certain people. Okay, can we get the physical counts? If you vote yes, please put up your hand.
You have voted on the cell phone. You have voted on the cell phone.
If you vote on WhatsApp, please put down your hand. If you didn't, then you go.
Just put up your hands and if everyone's voting not on the cell phone. One vote per household.
Right, so we've got 11. Anybody that says no?
Any vote for no?
Okay, 0. Accepting any no yes. Anybody that's struggling to vote or having technical issues? If you do, we've got a great team at the back. Right, so the yes is on. If we have any technical problems, just do physical count, please. Alright, so the count is in 109 yes and 0 no's. Everybody accepted MRI. MRI is now legally part of the company. Thank you very much. Alright, so now, because MRI is legally we need to have the office beneficiaries or bearers voted in by you. So we have a legal point of view. So the way this is going to happen, there is 5 positions. There's 5 positions that has been put down in the MOI that is part of the office bearing organization. The office bearers will be automatically become the directors of the company on this CIPC legal entity. I want to mention this because this is a question. What happens if one of us gets voted off? If one of us goes off, we sign a directive form for the CIPC for the new person to take over the directorship of the company going forward. Now, I want to mention that we have passed nominations. 4 people nominated on the emails. At this given time, it's only the 5 of us that's actually been nominated for certain positions. So we're going to go ahead using that because we did publish it for 14 days and open it up to anybody to nominate. There was one other nomination we received, which was from right, so we had another nomination, but we did respond back to and say that according to the MOI, the Constitution that's now MOI, according to the MOI, that person has to be nominated for a position. And I've got the proof, we've got multiple pieces. If anybody wanted to scrutinize the emails, you're welcome. We've got the full proof here today. And we did forward these 5 positions to the email basket to nominate the person for a position. We did not receive that nomination back in. So we had to move on and accept the 4 nominations that has been nominated according to the MOI that was on the website. Is everybody okay with that? Alright, so then we're going to continue with the nominations. The first nomination is going to be the Executive Director. We've got 2 nominations. The name of the person is the person that's been nominated. The nominee is the email address, the legal fact. We have the emails here already if anybody wants to scrutinize, but I've just made it easy. So the 2 people that have been nominated for this position, the first one is Ingrid Portier, and the second person is Marna. I just quickly want to run through a little bit of my on these 2 individuals so that everybody understands what they're voting for. If you can get the voter with the person name so on, that would be great. Right, so obviously he's lived in the community for 43 years. He served the South African Navy down in Cape Town. He's a family man. He has an own family in the community. So he's been dedicated to this community obviously for 43 years. He is currently a member of SAPS. His position in SAPS is that he's training in stats and serious crime analyst. So that is what his position is. We're very grateful for this because for us to apply, we need to give him crime stats. We've got someone that actually is an expert on that forum, and that's why it's important that we have someone like that. The second person is Magna. Magna has been serving this community for 7 years. He created a WhatsApp group, heard about the community. Maybe to mention, Magna is living in 7 Bertha, not very important. Just sorry. So Magna is at that side of the Witfield. So she's been dedicated from schools to the highway, very dedicated on that side. He is. There's that on this side. I've been to her and Mike a couple of times in the Word Park area. Now, my Eagles grandfather said Word Park, and that's why I was actually about Word Park. We're taking there since we moved in Witfield. And that's how I met these 2 individuals. So Lizelle is all the way Word Park, the whole Word Park area. Myself and Morty, we live in the same street in the middle of Witfield, and then Lucindy is on the other side of Brown Street. So we're really well scattered across the whole area, which we're planning to close down. So everybody's got connections and touches with everybody around us. So she's the assistant to the financial director and the head of legal of Acton. She's playing a very important position as legal secretary or I like this doing that position. I know we don't say it's a lot of people. So we need someone like that in the right position. And then the next person is Lizelle. Lizelle has already stated that she is She's been doing it for 25 years to work with our community. She's been serving the community through WhatsApp groups and crime groups, and I know the first group was partly founded by them. The database that was built there was because of her and her mother. I'm not sure if my mother today is, but I know they still have a basic interest with her in-law that's mother-in-law that's in the community. And she's qualified into for real estate agents, so she knows how to read our documents and make sure we comply by the regulation. And then the last person is Cindy. So Cindy has been living, well, her mother and father gets old, they've been within the community for a very long time, over 45 years. She has a degree in financial management. She has a master's degree with SEMA, so she is an expert when it comes to making sure our funds are 100% protected, and sometimes she can push us to make sure we do the right thing all the time. You see, she's not a lady of lots of words, but she makes the right decision. There's no middle way. And that's why it's so important that we have someone like that making sure our finances are protected. Right, so the first position is the executive director's roles. Just keep running through that. Let's see why we have this. Right, so the executive director's position is executing on all projects. So this person will be a versatile person and goes and makes sure that new vision and project is being done. Some of those people need to have decisions and ultimately be some responsibility to this role. If there is thoughts going on, this person will be involved in making sure there's communication happening there as well, and being there to assist when these projects are going. So the two people that is nominated is 40 and Martin. So if they vote 1 minute on the WhatsApp, and those that does a physical vote will do the physical vote as well. Can we get the WhatsApp person? Okay, and we've got a physical count as well. Everybody gets voted for 40. Whatever your hand. Everybody gets voted for 40. Enter a contender, put up your hand.
You are voting for 40 as a vote on WhatsApp.
Please do. It's going to come up now. Right. The next physical vote is for Martha. Whoever votes for Martha, please put up your hand. If you voted for 40, please don't raise your hand right now. Right. Right, fantastic. We've got a vote, and we want to welcome and congratulate the 40 for. All right, the next one is the financial director. Only one person was nominated for this position. So I want to ask the director, the technique, please do a vote anyway, so we have it for record. So the only person they'll have to vote. If you abstain your vote, I'm not asking you to abstain your vote, so we have that for record as well. The only person that has been nominated for managing accountant, I must be honest, I've got a lot of respect for it because when I meet with the person, I actually didn't know the credentials. But when I found out she's got a master's degree, I'm like, you know, that takes some skills. That's how every single person has it. Who's got a master's degree in this? See, it's like 2 or 3 people. Exactly. And congratulations, guys. I want to get a hand to that. All right. The financial director. choose not to vote for this decision, please put your hand. If you go to vote for this, don't put your hand right now. Anybody that abstains, they vote. Right, so everybody's in agreement. Okay, voting is done. Thank you very much. Right, the next position is the secretarial position. This person always works the hardest. Don't tell them. Alright, so we've got Anna and Giselle that is been nominated to the secretarial position. Yeah, I'm gonna ask you to read the call.
Sorry, Sean,
Yes.
before we vote further, can we just, what's that positions that's left so? So that we could just like better this decision.
There's 5 positions that is available. So the next position is chairperson, and the last position that is vice chairperson and chairperson. Is everybody okay? Okay, that's ready. Okay, WhatsApp is ready to vote. Alright, can we do the physical count? So everybody that votes on one now, vote first, second will be themselves. So everybody that votes on one.
Physical votes?
Okay, so we've got 9. Everybody that votes for themselves.
Keep your hands up for yourself, please. 1.
Okay, so we've got the now votes here. 89 and 20. Thank you very much, Mara. We really appreciate you. Alright, so the second last position is the vice chairperson position. Corky has been nominated and Zach has been nominated. It's going to be an open decision. And obviously, Corky has already taken the first position. Do you want to redo that, or do you want to just accept that one person is there and work according to that?
My problem is you can't have 2 persons, 1 person and 2 persons.
Yeah, exactly. That's why if 40 is voted in this position, you're going to have to re-vote the executive director position. So that's why I'm pushing the audience. Okay. One. I'll second that will be even and we want to see it go. All right. So 40 is abstaining from this position. He's not going to accept this position.
One more thing, the chairperson, or whatever, vice chairperson, can't be the director or just be the must be from the community, so you have to put a WhatsApp out, send it out, people decide on themselves.
Just repeat your question. That's all.
People are nominated to the director. My problem with one have the chiefers as anyone there that's on a different portfolio. There must be someone else in the community that's the chairperson.
You know, also, we had our first meeting, right at our first meeting, at the year when I was there, there was already directors nominated from the community. So I don't know if I maybe misunderstand what you're but we should be from the community.
No, I think you misunderstand the point.
Yeah?
You have the executive manager or director. You have a chairperson, there's a how many more board members are nominated currently?
Only 2. There are only 2. There's a maximum of 5 that we're supposed to have, and 3 is already been invited.
So what I'm saying, only the chairperson is the secret person from the board.
No.
Go to the company, it's not done out of somewhere.
I understand where you're going, but this is not a financial company. company, this company doesn't have shareholders. This is a not-for-profit company, so the not-for-profit company
doesn't make sense to me. You have to have that person as a person. That's where you go. Stand up.
Yeah, so
No, that you have a person that's totally detached.
okay, I think how we handle this is we're going to make a vote right now. It's always going to happen in a meeting. We're going to have difference of opinions, and ultimately it's going back to the meeting. Can we limit this, please? Right now, we are. We're going to vote up. Anybody that seconds that opinion, and once you second that opinion, making the second that the board of directors has to have an independent chairperson managing the board of directors. Anybody that seconds that position?
That's not what I'm saying. Not being
Please go on.
Me myself, my partner, so school of what did I do? I was reading paper, some more actors. All these control actors. They were soon not very would be bored. I say this meeting in the days. Zodat gesê dat gaan jy na die ander persoon. Maar haar chairman die is as nou bestuurder en die hy is unbiased detail van die board.
Alright, so according to the at the moment, it is a hierarchy of chairperson, vice chairperson, financial director, secretary, and then executive director. There is a dispute policy between the MI that has been mediated from every. So all disputes has to be mediated. If you just get the MI on the dispute process. So the dispute. Alright, so if there is a dispute, we will have to get a mediator independent from this community level into, because we can't have a mediator that's a community member mediating between the community and the NPO. We've got to get a third party that's totally independent to mediate when there is a mediation that needs to be done. So the chairperson in this MOI position is going to be exactly the same people that's going to be on the board of directors. If there was a dispute on who was nominated, this message was sent out exactly 14 days ago, and the community, everybody, we've got record of who read it, and we've multiple times promoted this out to the community. Come forth with first with the amendments to the MOI, it was out and was published, and it was out to the community to nominate people for the positions that is being voted on now. If at any point there is a dispute between any community member and the board of directors, and we can't resolve it, it's stating here, a third party, point number 3, right, point number 3, 1, 2, 3. If matters is not resolved via mediating within 60 days of the initial process, or if any other party will not participate in the mediation process, the matter may be referred to arbitration. the decision of the arbitrator should be final and binding on the parties that may be made an order or any court jurisdiction. Each of these parties hereby submit to the jurisdiction of the High Court of South Africa and the Division of Johannesburg should any of these parties wish to make arbitration decision in order of the court. So, and then obviously, there, the third party mediator will be the second step if we can't resolve it in the first position.
So what I say is, I think if the chairman number one, I think I'm not if the chairperson, I mean, first of all, there's a hierarchy. So let's say, for instance, you've got an issue with a secretary, okay? You can go to somebody in the hierarchy is listed in the Constitution, which is also now the MOI. You can go to the person higher than that person, you can go lodge your complaint against, that person, the process can start. But let's say, for instance, you have an issue with the chairperson. Then the process should go through mediation. I would say the first thing is maybe they approach one of the other directors and then go through mediation. So I understand what you're saying. You want transparency, you want fairness. But then what is more fair than the absolute outsider with an objective party to actually then look at the two parties and the dispute between the two and then resolve it. That's why we have to do dispute resolution in the MOI to make sure that everyone feels like there is transparency enough, even to the highest degree. If there's anything else you're worried about, please say. Because if you want transparency, you're worried about transparency, that's 100% what we are standing for.
Well, first and foremost, one is a, well, once I hit you have one is a company.
It's an ABC.
Yes. The company has all the board of directors. The company is legally binding as an entity as well as a list. Who's on the board of directors. Right. Now, if situation comes and we get our area closed, after that, because in the Constitution, what you've stated is assets and all those kinds of things. Who takes control of those assets?
No one takes control of those assets. Because every asset belongs to the EPC. No one owns the EPC. The EPC is a board of directors. No person, any in the Constitution,
none of the directors are allowed to touch the assets or have any financial gain from any financial contributions. It's in the breakdown, you're welcome to come and see.
So I want to quickly just touch on this. Is something that has come up and it's probably we'll touch on it now. I'm going to do it now. 4.2 on this MRI states the following. Reimbursement of actual, so capital and income. The company shall be conducted on a non-profit base, with the intention and purpose that the capital and income whatsoever derived should be applied solely towards promoting of the objective, and no portion thereof shall be paid or transferred directly or indirectly whatsoever in any way, salary, dividends, bonus, or any other help, by ways of profit or distribution to any of its members. It's in the MOI.
It's in the labor law as well. Schedule 1, subsection 2A. A non-profit company must apply all of its assets and income, whatever they're provided, to advance its stated objectives. So we are not allowed to touch that money unless it's going towards that purpose.
And then the last one, I want to just going forward to reimbursement of actual costs and expenses and other commitments incurred on behalf of the company is the only money that may be transferred back to us. If we can prove that we've spent. I've spent personal money into this company, this company where it is right now. Other people has also spent personal money into getting this actual EPR registered and getting the website out. Most of those costs is not even in our books. So anybody that wants to second this and we can vote on it so we can move on. If we just put a poll on Facebook, I don't want to lay off we can have this discussion. I think we just going to move on so we can get the proceedings done. We can discuss in details. We can prepare the other meetings to do this. So legally we have to resolve if there's any issue. So let's say one of the other enclosures currently has people access that have been used. Anybody can take the enclosure before for any other reason. Now those disputes you have to try and do it civilly first, not wasting money with attorneys. Second, mediating from third parties. The third one is if you're not happy, you want to promise on that person is legally allowed to go to court and open up a civil case against this organization because they don't like the way they use. No, we don't, because we don't have to mediate. The moment we have a dispute like that, we'll get an independent mediator to handle that case.
What shape form does the mediator with? What is there going to be another organization? Is it going to be individual?
No, that will probably be a dispute. We'll probably need to have a meeting for first and try and to handle the dispute before we go on. This one. Okay, thank you very much. I appreciate it. It's both to the point at this point. The next point is last year was right, so the two people currently voted for or nominated for the vice chairperson is Zell and Porty has removed himself from that position. So the only person that is nominated currently is Zell. And we just get a vote for that and then maybe a physical vote as well. Okay, physical votes for Zell. And
It's not on WhatsApp.
you just wait on the WhatsApp, just wait on the WhatsApp, don't need the physical votes, please.
Everyone is not voting on WhatsApp, can you please sorry, thank you.
Anybody that's abstained their vote? Anybody that's abstained? Yes, all right, fantastic. Thank you very much for the vice chair lady. Ms. Zell. The last one was Ms. Zell.
Thank you very much for the votes. Appreciate it. Nice.
Stan, I say, not because you see.
Can everyone see me now? Okay. We're voting for our chairperson. I've thanked Jean for everything that he's done so far. He's been running full steam ahead. I don't think this man sleeps, ever. So our nominees are John, and John. Please can we have our poll up and running for John? Physical counts, please. Thank you very much. Votes are in. We've got 101 votes for Jean. Congratulations.
All right, so thank you very much. I do feel that we're going to address this matter. We're going to discuss about this. I feel that from my side, I'm going to do this as peacefully as possible, including as many people as possible. That's why I'm 3 years on meeting a lot of people to assist and help with this. And we are going to discuss this as a board of directors. We'll sit down and have a discussion about this. If we can or should create a person that's independent and the community feels way I want to do it. I want you to do this is all of us within this community. That's my passion is including everyone. Everybody should be welcome. Everybody should be feel. Everybody should feel that part of this. So we are going to handle it with what it means. It is everything. Alright, can we just ask for the name and address as well? Sorry, just name, no address. We'll discuss it privately with you that it's going to mail us.
What my name is?
No, you also got afterwards. We'll sort that out afterwards. We just want to get communications so we can discuss it. Okay, so now officially the board of directors actually have positions. The first actions we want to do is that we don't want to spend too much time on getting everybody together again, and because numerous people behind the scenes have to really work hard. And as the board of directors, we decided if we get the position, we want to nominate and immediately put four committees in place, so that everybody knows who you're going to work with, who's behind the scenes. And at this same point, if you're not in here at the moment and you want to help, I know there's a lot of you, please get all of us. There's a help group on the WhatsApp. Go put your name in there. Don't just be private. We are going to ask you what is your skills and what would you like to help us with. Because once you say that, we know where to put you in place. It doesn't matter if you put someone that's active in the craftsman position in all days. You're going to have some great days. So we want to put people in the right places. It's very important. So the first committee, there's four committees we want to announce right now. It's going to be the financial committee, the technological committee, the tech committee, the administration committee, and the craftsman committee. These names can still adjust, but it's for us to get started tomorrow already with getting the next steps in place. So the first one is we nominate or we appoint Anita Fraser as the trustee of this committee. There's one person at the moment. She's going to make sure that the taxes is taken care of. We've sat with money very early already about certain things that we want to put in place. I can't mention too much of it now because there's things that we have to apply for that's going to be beneficial to everybody that contributes. If you contribute, then it's going to be a benefit to your tax. Once we get this in place, it takes time, be patient with us, it's not on our schedule, but we are starting tomorrow. Now that we have a board of directors, time limits, everything in place, we're applying tomorrow already for the tax exemption on the not-for-profit company. Not-for-profit doesn't mean you don't have to pay tax. We have to pay tax because it's an income. We apply for the exemption on our tax so that we don't spend money paying it out, let's spend it on our project. That's the commitment that the board of directors are aiming to protect all of us. The second organization is the tech team. It's sort of a no-brainer. I've asked all of them to be available. All of them said yes, they are. So the first one is Mark House. He's taking the lead 100% from the start on the website. Everything that happens on the website goes through him. He's the lead on the website part of this organization. These three individuals are trustees. The second one is Kevin Jacobs, and you can understand they are the team to make sure that all the technological stuff is in place. The next one is administration. We've spoken to these individuals as well. We've spoken to Teresa, we've spoken to Jessica, and we've spoken to Peter. And this is a help to make sure that we are in compliance with all of the laws that we have to be. We are doing everything in good law. If we find out that there's something that we have to change or improve or make according to law or change it according to law, we will do that. It's not that we're going to try and be in gray areas. That's why this communication is very important that we handle it and we make sure we are in the right places. Around our meetings that we had before this time, we made sure that every single thing is according to law. That's why things still change up until before this meeting. The next group is a craftsman group. That's going to be Nathan here and Peter Bosman that is injured at the moment. This is not the last. We still going to nominate more trustees as we go ahead. We want to have experts in all their fields. I know there's electricians here, master electricians that said, that service is available, I'll help. We want to we have an electrical engineer that works with you in putting you want to get this as done as streamlined as possible at the highest quality possible. And the only way you do that is we, your expert fields, are going to step up and help us. Budget and finance, once again, this is not transparency. I'm not sure who actually asked for this. If you did, alright. So we got an email from
Scott from 26 Julius.
Right, so we had an email from Scott, we added it to the agenda because according to us, because we're transparent, whatever you want to ask us to do, we're going to put it in front of you. We're not going to anyway with things. The answer to this, we don't have much answers about this, but he's asked for it, we're going to put it forward to his Scott's equipment, we're just going to discuss what you want to discuss, and maybe some points we've added to it. Scott, thank you.
Thank you. I need my sort of request already for contributions. But what was done about the contribution? If we have an idea of already mentioned that basic fees, all our grant is on brand, down brand. I think that's the biggest thing we do is sharing. You know, for this department and the actual application. Let me know. What we can make a decision on is Thursday for us to start probably because the cost is so important. We don't know that lots of things are only on. The more we know, the more we will both sides are yes, I think we probably to contribute. Obviously, what we can contribute. All those theories actually.
Scott, thank you very much. Before I go to Cindy, I'll be around back to the process. It's coming up again. Yes, it is. Why is it important for us to contribute? It's important if we do small contributions as soon as possible. And once we have to put out the big investment to get our community down, and we have enough funds, and we're going to come to you and say, we need 15,000, 18,000, 20,000. That is once more, and we can contribute now. There's small amounts over the next year that we busy processing all of this information. And probably the next 18 months before we're going to get approval to get started. The more we contribute and we leave it in an investment account and grow that money within interest on the ABC's account, the less me and you are going to have to contribute at once. If we want to make this successful. I'll go back to the next slide in a second, but if you look at this is the first diagram that we have to do. The applicant has to establish the organization needs and elect the committee and the body. Next, feedback to the association, and there's a whole bubble of things that has to be done. Manual forms, crime stats, and the admin fee needs to be agreed. The admin fee is $3,972. 72. Alright, now it's a little higher.
The fourth contribute contribute. We can have cost analysis. Admin fee is that. That cost that. That cost that.
Alright, so
what are we contributing to?
You contribute to each other in this area.
Yes, but this is the fees, the initial fees. Multiple plan and your spending. Admin fee is this. This is that. This is that. This is needs to be tried to experience before we even put the application. That's transparency. So all those costs you can put it on the slide for everyone for us so we can see what we contribute to.
Just a question, your name is? Quivers, I think you should join us. Become an assistant because you've got a lot of time now. You can see. The thing is, I like your brain because we need more of you. I need you to be here to help us with that. We are 5 people that's donated probably about 100 hours plus in the last 28 days to get this organization where we are right now. Some of these leaders sitting right here, mention up every single road. We know we need 460 meters of fencing behind the dam. We know that we need 255 meters of fencing at the small dam. Companies has just opened up. We can't put a budget in front of you. We need to get that steps done first. Once those steps are done, then we can start going to the next step. We know how massive expensive it is. The traffic engineer has to be appointed. We don't have a number yet. We've approached 4 traffic engineers at the moment. The last one we've approached is only coming back in office on Monday. So Monday will be the earliest time we'll have a number to lay in front of all of us to say this, that, and this. And we fee all of us are willing to. There's not going to be an admin fee. We want all of the community to come and help us to build this. We don't know what the fencing is going to cost us at this given time. We don't know what the gates are going to cost us at this given time. But what we're saying is that every single cent that comes into the organization will enlighten us when we get to closing the community. We don't give a budget because we don't know the exact numbers. We don't know in 2 years' time what the escalation is going to be on community fees when it's now 1,800 instead of 2,000. Those budgets we can't put in front of all of us as yet. It's been 28 days up till this point. This is the fastest any enclosure organization has gotten to a point where there's a proper representation, proper committees in place, and people willing to help. So Gilbert, I really want to urge you, come and join us and help us. We need more time. I'm not being arrogant saying, yeah, I need your brain, I need your time. I'm trying to say I need you because you've got expertise and questioning or objection what we need. We don't want to work in one way. We want people. These are the bad. You know what? The results are not handed to administration, which is not going to accept if someone says this, the real way is this. And that is why we need people like you to come and join us so we can make this process. So I'm not attacking or trying, I'm really putting it out there that we don't have a difference of opinions. Let's use that in the positive and we grow this in that direction. At this point in time, what we can say is, traffic engineer is about 40,000 rand. The application is 3,600 plus minus. The government has said it's going to probably cost us 8,000 rand to publish. Yes, we have to pay for that publication. Oxford advertising is going to probably cost us about 20,000 rand to do. That's cost that we have to cover. Those things are found out this morning. The bill will cost us about 18,000 rand to publish. We have to pay the publications so that once we get approval, these things are out there. The traffic signs, we don't know yet, they're not open yet. We know that we need to get close to the traffic sign. We know that we need to get close. There's a lot of committee. People in our community have already said, you buy the clear view, we'll do it for free. We'll do it, it's our community, we'll do the holes, we'll plant the holes, we'll do it according to standard. I can see the HIP, we all want this. So, at the moment, from the committee side, I want to put it in minutes that we will focus on getting a proper budget done now. But the things are just opening up on Monday, so we don't have numbers yet. If you trust us, and if you think the sport is worthy, then I need you to start contributing small amounts. Not what you want for, small amounts. But you're consistent here, hold up the clock bank. Once we have to execute, and we need to pay 40,000 rand to the traffic engineer, then we don't stand around and say, oh, we don't have money, please, now everybody's got to pay 1,000 rand to do it. Because that's what we can end up doing if we go into small amounts and using the as
John? So, I think just in addition to what John says now, so you can add contributory, whether it's 100 rand, 10 rand, 5 rand, the way that we do the books is that amount will go onto your account. I'll open an account for every single person that's made a contribution in the books. Mine is 24 Brown Street. So on 24 Brown Street, I'll have the 10 rand that I've contributed on there as a credit. So once we do know how much it's going to cost to you, and we've got the figures, and you come to, let's say, cost it for 20 rand, just as an example, you already have paid 100 rand of your 20 rand. So the money's not going to go into the pool bottomless and it's going to disappear. The raw amount will produce what we need from you as we just contribute. So that's why John says, try to contribute every single month, consistently. So that amount at the end of the day, after you comes down. Those that know how accounting works will know that it's a macro-looking job. Except for forecast and budgets, which is forward-looking, most of the accounting information in the business is very macro-looking. So I'm just going to share with you what's been going on in the report. And as John said earlier, we've opened 2 investment accounts already. Most of the money is sitting there, all the money is actually sitting there. So nothing is sitting in our checking account. Nobody's got access to that. Nobody can go and use an ATM card. Nobody can go to all this warehouse and say, go and find something in there. There's no money in the checking account. It's all sitting invested. We need approval from the organisation to access that money. So it's not really available. So at the moment, we've got in an account sitting, I'm going to share the amount with you, it's 36,935 that we've already received a contribution from you guys. And that is since the beginning of January. We said on the 13th of January. So I think that sounds good. Small way, I think the largest that we received is 2,500. So it's a plain down piece and power. We all need to make small contributions. So there's 2 elements to that. One of them is cash contributions, and the other is, as John said earlier in the meeting, contributions from the camera project that they were running before we started this EDC. So the cash contributions that came in is 30,496, and the camera contribution is 20,139. Of the 30,000 received in cash contributions, that came from 28 households. How many people did you say earlier than that? 714 households. So only 28 contributed. And you're already sitting on 30,496 of that. So imagine if you put in some. That will shoot our bank payments up considerably, and we can start getting real interest on the amount. So just once again, on the budget, like John said, we don't have anything yet, we're still gathering all that information, but we will take it out when we have that. We're not going to keep it to ourselves, we will be transparent with that. And then we will make the decision on what we do. But for us to get application in, papers for in, now to go to Equity and submit that application to be monthly. There's no one person there that I'm going to say, give us 2,500 application, you're going to offer me. I'm going to offer you, why should I? It's a community work. So everybody please, once again, just be something so we can actually stop and make it successful. Are there any other questions on finance or contribution?
The application at the community, how much is that?
But the first one, we're doing about 3,600 application fee that's not refundable.
Okay, that I will pay for my book.
We have to move together in the same direction. I want to use an example of one of the communities that I've seen that's in a second application. So you just quickly run into, this is the action application. This is where we get started. This is the first step that we need to go. We now have done all of that. Now we have to start collecting the mandate forms. That's the forms of the day. Now, if I had, yes, I did have. It's very important to look at these documents. And I'm going to quickly run through it because some of you are going to do it at home. Please help your neighbors. We're going to ask people to join us all. That's all your personal details. This is one form per household, which is one address. If you have a B and you didn't do a subdivision and they really don't use NB, use 55. I've got an example of 55A and 55B. It's 55. It's not 55AB because you don't do the division at Increlini. So the Increlini documents is 55. If you did the legal division like 4 and 4A in Edward, that is a legal subdivision and people in the system. You've got access to the GIS system that Increlini. You can look at your property details, name, phone number, what is your real number. It is important to fill this in according to the GIS system. If you worry about your address, speak to us. We can stand on there is 4 or 5 properties that we've identified as 2 addresses, both of them are active in the Increlini system. Please come to us with water and electrical so we can add yours to the background that we don't have rejections. They will reject us for one simple factor. They send back one payment to be correct. So these are very important. Your personal details, if you are married, you'll see there's a co-owner and please sign it separately. Put one name and I or we would put both the names and your co-owner details. At the next page, you'll see owner and co-owner. Now, avoid filling this in. The reason why I'm asking that is because we've got the real facts on the system that has been logged. Every crime that has been logged, we want the actual numbers, not the numbers that you remember. Because most of the time, 2 years later, after they broke into your house, we forget about that breaking. And we need accurate numbers when we go to everything. So that's how we can ask, leave the crime stats. If you're not happy, leaving the crime stats open. Come to us, let us show you the crime stats, and you fill it in, and then sign it. But it's important that we have actual information. What I want to go back to is at the bottom, not running past. For everything, they want to know if everybody is willing to contribute yes or no. Now, at the moment, we don't have a budget. We are rushing through the first steps to get the first steps done so we can get the process done. We've got 714 of these documents that needs to be filled in, signed and handed back to us so that we can apply at the relief. That's a lot of work that needs to be done. At the moment, we don't have a budget. But once we have the budget, we apply and apply that number of households, and we will communicate this number back to you. And you feel you're not willing to sign for that amount of money. They withdraw your signature. You are allowed to withdraw your signature. But at this time, when we're trying to get the admin done, before we fill in numbers that we don't have at this given point, we want to get the admin done. If you feel that you're not ready to contribute 7,000 rand, and you don't want 7,000 rand to be filled in, this is not a legal binding document that you have to pay this amount of money. You just sign it and agree to enter in. There's a whole bunch of those people on that side, 85% of them signed the documents, and the contribution is definitely not 85%. But they did sign the document that they willing to contribute, but on their terms. It's like saying, maybe I'll contribute to this organization on the website. We don't really need you that you have to contribute because you say yes. It's unavoidable. You make the decision if you want to contribute. But the sustainability of this organization is going to be because of our contribution. So this document is the first document that is signed by every single person that owns a property or a thing is allowed to sign for it. And then thereafter, the documents that are in the back has to be signed in a very specific way. You'll see that we spent a huge amount of time getting that admin done because we have to check every single house, make sure the addresses is right. We have to put it into an Excel spreadsheet so that we can fill in that form because every day, once that forms, perfectly full. Like we had to go, if you by accident do 5 before 3, you have to do that whole paper. I've got a whole bunch of this. It's paper that I mix up. I've got 1, 2. And 1 and I by accident wrote 3 instead of 4. So I can throw it away. So I've got documents like this before we streamline this process. So once you fill in this document, you have to bring it to whoever is going to be street champion or if they have it today, sign the document in the back. And there is going to be the document that's update number 1, mandated forms. The crime stats is on that same form, and that crime stats we've got access to will make sure that it's right. The next one is an annual fee. which is part of the application fee. Then the client from SAP, so we've got to go to the station and get his understanding of we have a problem with crime in our area. What are you doing in your life? Are you willing to support the enclosure? We've got to document those meetings. That's the next thing we as a committee now to set up. I know there's been a point that I've already been asked for, when it's available so we can go and sit down with it. Then the last step is we've got to get input from the ward council before we can apply to council. Now, if you look at the arrow, it's going to go down, it's going to go through. On this side, we have to get this evaluation. Land use impact. So, how many EV plots do we have in this location? At the moment, we only have two. One of them is no financial traffic, I believe. It's named as a community facility. So, those things we also have to give to council. The next major step is the traffic impact study that has to be done. Then only, once we submit all of those documents, we wait, goes through this whole process. Submission, city manager, and so forth. Then we get approval or not approval. From there we start a whole new diagram. Now we want to get quotes on the fence. What fence are we going to use? How many gates are we going to use? Is your gates opening up in 3 seconds since you stop it? Does it take 36 seconds to only? These are huge amount of technical stuff that a whole bunch of us have to read through to make sure that we can do this before we start this moving all right. So, I'm going to hand over to you.
Just on the property related, if you look at the GIS, we've noticed that in some instances, there's a concerns Light Street number 2. The entrance is at 2 Light Street, but according to the GIS, it's actually in Shade Street. So we have to go according to what the GIS states on the actual entrance of the property. If we change it, you can enter the application, another would be to start over again. So which means is, after we submitted that application, we paid that money, and there's one fault point in the application, it's not avoided to start the process over, but it did that registration fee and then submit again. So that's why we are trying to make it transparent for everyone, and we are doing this, filling all the paperwork make it easy. So if your property is, say for instance, 2 nights of entries there, but the GIS shows it's 19 share. Let's leave it at 19 share. But we will attach your water rights, a copy of that, to the application, and that will just make it easy for us. Thanks, John.
Thank you. So what is GIS? GIS is the database of your name. So we work with your name's database, not our own. I know of a street where the street is 1, 2, and 3. The actual number that we're going to use is 2, 4, and 6. Please understand why we put in 2, 4, and 6 in your document and not 1, 2, and 3. We've had a whole debate, one meeting at 12 o'clock, making a decision on we're going to go on Google Maps, GIS, and physically walk. And I check every number. And that's why I could debate this and say it's 1, 2, 3 down the street and not 2, 4, and 6 down the street. So if your address is not according to what you have been using for the last 20 years, please work with us. We work with the dating system, not this system. We can't change their system for us to make these applications. Let's work with them in their rules and on their planning. Alright, so the last thing we're going to end this meeting off, we'll have questions and answers afterwards. Is there any suggestions for the next meeting? My suggestion, and we can maybe get it up for a second, is my suggestion would be we do another meeting in the beginning of March, because February is a very short month, and we've got a load of work now with these forms that we need to do. If we need that, or we need to do a special meeting, or we have a specific thing that we need to decide on, we can announce it for 40 days, but my suggestion would be maybe like the first week of March. Alright. 9th of March. Right. So the 9th of March could be either an in-person meeting or an online meeting. this is not always going to be easy to arrange a meeting like this. So sometimes we're looking at the numbers right now, the online meeting will be more accessible by most people to join us on that. So it can be online or it can be a physical meeting. But the 9th of March, we are ready to have feedback for the next month and a half's work that we do. I want to leave it with one last thing before I ask everybody else. If you want to help us, please come. We need people to help us. If you're willing to come, walk down the street and get your forms collected and sign the document, please let us know. Let's give you the information and the documents to go and fetch those. If you're willing to come and assist us measuring up certain things, or we did the traffic team that was at the hand to come and help us. Please, I don't know where you are, we're ready to get you. We just need to understand the rules and the laws of the things that we do before we get to a place where we want to make a decision and then we pay someone to come back and say the law says you're not allowed to do that. We don't want to waste our own money, our community money. So in the community, tell us what the laws are, what we can do, so that we avoid having to pay someone to tell us what to do. That's why we got the master degree accountant to make sure our books are speaking to you. Because she's here, she's giving at us. The tax practitioner, she's giving every time to this organization. All these members are giving their time for free to come and help us make this as possible and as easy as possible. And then, so please request on the help group for anything from any of the other directors. I want to leave you with this. This is the voice I must say I have. We are not reimbursed. We are not being paid to be here. No one will be paid to put you in this position. If you decide to step up to the board of directors in 2 years from now, or a year from now, realize it's for free. You're giving your time and your hours for free. The only thing that you will be reimbursed as a director is your actual cost expenses to make this project a success. No one of us are being paid a cent to do this. We are doing this because we want our families to run around the street. We want to have us as a community walking at night next to the dam and enjoying our own spaces around us without having to worry around with a firearm or with a weapon or something to protect ourselves. So please realize we are not here to have any financial gain by doing this. We are giving our time to the community cause so that all of us have a safe future. Anybody that has questions and wants to ask questions or willing to come to us afterwards, haven't filled in the forms, please do so, and we will see you on the 9th of March and the WhatsApp groups. Thank you very much.